this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I think the real boss was the cutscenes after all.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Well, I hope she lives.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now, can we go to Rena?
Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Its chastity belt still works. It does.
We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
I really thought he was gonna like kiss her through the pain right there.
We've got one last wall to tear down.
That would have been dope.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hey, Scarecrow.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady.
Remember
Get
when I
going.
told you, hey, I've been streaming for 5 hours and 15 minutes?
What?
And I've only played
As
an hour?
sovereign, Your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy.
I've still not played since
Similarly,
then.
the maiden lacks any identification
It's been an hour.
number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain.
You did
To be
about 5
honest,
hours
I
ago
don't
give me
think
crap
some
for cutscenes.
observer could understand.
These are the type of games I should
All right,
I
time to
should
get back
stick
on
to
the
just
forums.
YouTube. Because I really feel like I've wasted everybody's time today. 6+ hours of cutscenes, basically.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Looks pretty.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
You the crying Indian on the side of the road.
With
Right.
nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
Not anymore. We're gonna stop
You're
it.
saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
Yep. Good news is you'll be
We
dead
can
and
be
you won't
sure that even
be
these
able to
few
know that.
remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
Destroyed remnants arena. So this is probably the final area. I will say that.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world.
We'll do the skit.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see.
Probably just
What do
gonna
you think
sum
would
up everything
happen
we've
if we
already
fell
learned.
in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
Another skit.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Rena's Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Rena's Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
You guys remember about 5 hours ago I went ahead and bought Kena Bridge of Spirits on the PlayStation because I thought I was gonna beat this game in like the next few minutes.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example, but with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Don't let me go there. Or there. Let's me go here though.
Looks like we've worked into that pit of astral energy.
Uh-oh. It's an ambush. It's a trap.
Ganquill!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game. No further!
Ready to go! Dragon Swarm! Okay, here I go! Dragon Swarm! Eat this! Here I come!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
Dragon Swarm! No complaints here! Swallow Blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
What's
No, you can't!
I'll heal you all! Mind if I do?
That frickin' does it! Inspiration! That frickin' does it! Dragon Inspiration!
What would I do
No.
Do it! In an instant! Impact Claw! My turn!
Illuminate the tail!
Take this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Dragon! I'm jumping! Here I come! Burn! Swallow Blade! It must take guts to fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
Your astral arts are truly incredible. Every little bit helps, right? Indeed it does. I'll keep hoping to be better as well.
Get out of this! Eternal Devastation statue!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over.
I think I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna run away. I don't want to have to fight these things. I don't have to.
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it. I wonder what Hilganquil's civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
What the?
Oh geez, I just have to fight things
Less worry, more action.
immediately.
Eternal Devastation!
Insects should stay on the ground.
Burn! Flying spree! Rocket, they just sit still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Eternal Devastation! I'll finish you here and now! Damn it! Eternal Devastation! We are freaking invincible!
Alphen and the others truly are strong.
What about me? Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? Almost done! Burn! Rip and tear!
Do it!
Eagle of Power!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Really, really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
They just keep coming.
Reassuring to have you around. As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Enemies incoming!
Here I come! Then we'll take them down!
I could do without this pain.
Here you go! I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough of it.
Yes, ma'am!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right
Not
beside you!
today.
Illuminate the dark!
Eternal devastation.
Leave the charges to me! No further!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Not more. Rising rocket.
One more! Our partner!
Eternal devastation.
Dream!
More. Go play. Eternal devastation. Severing wind.
Man, they just keep coming.
Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
Ignite.
Naturally!
Rising rocket. Swallow blade. Dragon swarm. Eternal devastation.
Now! Frozen!
Hammer!
Illuminate the dark!
Should've messed with me!
Holy glimmer!
Take this.
I'll smash you!
No escape. More. Rising rocket. Eternal devastation.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes!
Well, we're making up for all the cutscenes and not being able to fight.
Take this. Eternal devastation.
Get on in there with the others! Here I go! This one's mine! Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more. Got it.
Well done!
Rising rocket. Not today.
Oh, magic is there!
Eternal devastation. Swallow blade.
Now!
Kisara. Commander of Heaven. Phoenix Cyclops.
I need to be stronger.
There's a lot.
Even in such a harsh
The enemies you were stuck for 5 hours, now they go, okay, yeah,
You think they're
you're
native to
right.
Rena? Or could they be Zoogles?
Hey! Hey, I just realized something.
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell.
Keep getting
point.
flashbacks to some games I played years ago. The
Oh, yeah,
cutscenes were
right.
so long the controller
was
turned off
thinking about
from
those
inactivity.
armored
They
soldiers
actually
we see.
could have been
There
Tell's
are
games.
regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger.
But
At least,
yeah, I've had a
that's
few
the
games
idea.
like that on
Right.
playing
So
on
it kind of
console
begs
where
the
controllers
question
would just
then,
die.
Why are they
on
made
me.
so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating,
And
I
the
guess.
movie started
Or
again.
maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
Oh, what did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Because I've only got about 30 minutes left, right? Before I have to leave to go get groceries.
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
I'm gonna start a little earlier tomorrow.
And if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get
Oh,
there
right
even
through.
faster if we
Nice.
simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious.
Oh,
when
I
you say
went by ham too. Yeah. Do I go in this door? But I'm gonna start a little earlier tomorrow than I normally would, probably like 5 Eastern. I don't want those. I could beat this without getting the best gear. Come back after you get your groceries. I was thinking about it, but
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true.
it's been a long time, a long day.
Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
I don't think there's that much left of this game.
You like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Evrecht 35 about it.
Damn, it made me fight him. 30-hour Funyun until stream. Look, if I had Funyuns in this order, I would get them and come right back. But I don't. I'm actually gonna hit up a gas station right next to me and see if they've got any like small packs or something.
As impressive as always.
Now you see what I can do.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
Get toasty. Bird strike.
Back in high school, when you used to partake in substances, I munched Funyuns too many days in a row and shredded my mouth. Oh, I could see that. There is a...
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way!
This might be...
Holy cloak.
some decent equipment.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for?
Yeah, there's a lot of skits.
We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena.